Guys. So I've been using laser for well over a year now, and I wanted to give, my impression of what I've experienced so far with it. Whether it's still working for fibromyalgia and the pain associated with that, what it's done, what it hasn't done, and things like that. And what I'm talking about here, just so you guys know, is a little laser like this. I put a bag over it to keep it nice and clean so no dust gets in there. And, one person uses it to the next, they can get a new bag, things like that. So that's what I use. But essentially, what I do, and this is, I think, important to understand for fibromyalgia at least, is I use the 5 hertz setting there. Hopefully you can see that. And essentially, I'll just treat like this, and basically wherever I need it. Now, fibromyalgia is an all-over condition, and I use it pretty much everywhere, but every day I treat my legs and my back. If I don't do that, the pain comes back. This takes the pain down quite a bit. And I think I need to clarify too, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a very enthusiastic laser therapy patient. Having had fibro for 14 years prior to laser, I've had fibro almost 15 years now. It's really changed a lot for me. It hasn't cured me, not in the slightest, but it has, really made a difference as far as the pain goes. And so anyway, my goal with this channel is to take laser mainstream. Having experienced this for myself and seeing what this thing can do, not just with fibromyalgia, but with a lot of other things, I don't know, I just want to get a normal person's voice out there, because I don't think there's a lot of that, and I think there needs to be. I think there needs to be regular people saying, hey, yeah, this works. And for me, this is still temporary. And it's not resolving the issues, but in terms of pain reduction, it's taken my pain from a regular of 7 to 9 out of 10. And when I give you that pain scale, most people would go into the ER at a pain level of 6. Okay, so I have been beyond that range for 14 years, and in terms of what else has helped or treated. The only pain that the only pain pill there's been no pain pill that has truly worked. It's all just taken the edge off a little bit. And, I didn't use morphine a lot, but when I did use morphine, it was the strongest. And it still only took my pain down by a maximum of 2 points. And so that's not a lot. So the best pain relief I'd been able to experience prior to laser was a 6 out of 10. So what most people go to the hospital for, that was my good day. And I think people with fibromyalgia can identify with that. What this does is it takes my pain levels and gets them down to a 2 to a 4 on a regular basis. Now, when I first treat, in some cases I can be down to a 0, particularly the areas where I do treat. And it tends to creep its way up the following day, and you tend to have to knock it back down with the laser. So I use it about once a day now. I used to use it a couple times a day because I had so much to do. I had so many spots to laser. Now I focus, like I said, mainly on my back and my legs. Those are my 2 major hot spots for pain. And I gotta say, it works every time. There's not a time where I use it, it's like, oh, it doesn't work, or I can feel my tissue relaxing when I use it immediately. So for me, it's just been it's been life-changing. And I know people throw that stuff out all the time, oh, this changed my life, that changed my life. To be able to go from a 7 to 9 all of the time down to a 2 to a 4, and honestly a lot of times closer to 2, it's outrageous. It's absolutely amazing, and I've never experienced anything like it. there's not even a close second. It reaches down and penetrates the tissues and the nerves, and just seems to, it doesn't just mask it, it seems to resolve the issue that's causing the pain in the first place. And again, keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. This is just my layperson's explanation of what I'm experiencing. So, having used it for over a year, it's indispensable. It would be very, very difficult to live without laser at this point. It's made such a huge difference. In terms of my attitude, it's considerably better. As you can imagine, not being in constant tortured pain makes a difference like that. And again, if I let it go, if I don't treat myself, I might not sleep. And so, my nightly ritual is to kick the laser on, set it at 5 hertz, and, go and treat myself. And it's a relaxing thing. I do it while I'm watching TV or listening to music, and it's pretty simple. And, you get used to the treatment, and you get used to what you need and where you need it. And it works extremely well. Now, as far as, the changes to my life and stuff like that, I still have fibromyalgia, and it's still a severe case. And so, for me, it's like energy. The energy has not really gotten any better, but it did improve when I first started using laser, because I'm sure a lot of people that have fibro and chronic regional pain syndrome and things like that, it uses a lot of energy to suffer. Using pain hurts, having pain uses a lot of energy, and so just the act of hurting wipes you out. And so not having that so much definitely helps with my energy a little bit, but I'm not energetic. I still have all the stuff associated with fibro. I still get brain fog. I still have flare-ups. And the flare-ups are weird. Sorry about that. The flare-ups are weird because it's just like a usual flare-up, but without the pain. It used to be a flare-up would be, okay, strap yourself down, take a pain pill, and deal with it until it subsides, which may be several hours, usually at least, to several days and sometimes weeks. So I still get the flare-ups where it'll last sometimes days, sometimes weeks. I'm just not suffering as much from the pain. I still get to a point of not being able to understand English, which is my only language. And we're talking simple sentences. Someone will say something to me very simple, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I know you're speaking perfectly. I just can't understand you. And so you just get into this fog. So all this stuff still happens. Fibromyalgia still shuts me down. It still calls the shots. So I don't want to give anybody any false hope that they'll get a laser and things will get better and you'll be cured. You won't. At least I haven't been. Maybe I'm using it wrong, but I've been pretty. I've paid a lot of attention to how to use this thing. So, but the pain relief has been absolutely amazing. And the other thing too is that this laser, there's a couple of different frequencies. Like I said, there's the 5, there's 50 hertz, and then there's variable, which is 1,000 to 3,000 hertz. And each of those things does something a little bit different. And the variable can be used for very recent pain. As I understand it, the more chronic the condition, the longer it's been there, the lower the frequency you want to use, and the more recent, the higher frequency. And I did another video about this. I got stung by a wasp. I put it on the variable, took the pain away. Seriously, in 2 minutes, it was gone. To me, that's pretty amazing. So So it's got more uses other than just fibromyalgia. I let other people use this thing, and the response is always, it's pretty enjoyable, because watching someone who's had something that's been just aching on them for years, and watch him use it once and just see a dramatic difference. I saw a guy, he had a kind of a frozen shoulder. He couldn't move it around a lot. He used the laser and only for about 5 minutes, and he's like, it came back, you know? So, I mean, that was just one treatment. So it's a pretty amazing technology. I'm excited about it. I mean, I've got a whole channel about it. And, you know, I initially started this channel with the intent of somehow being more involved with it, selling lasers, or you know, opening up a clinic or something. And that's when I first started using the laser, and the pain was so low that I thought it was cured. I'm thinking, hey, you know, I'm still a little tired, but I think I can do this. And, you know, anytime you have an improvement with fibromyalgia, it always seems to let you think you're winning, and then later it shuts you back down. And that's what happened to me. I got too excited. I didn't, you know, I didn't let reality come back. And so I started this channel and tried selling lasers, and that was just not going to work. So I do have a few affiliations, and I'll put the links to that down below. But, you know, as far as actually being involved in the business, I don't have the energy for it. I mean, it took me 6 months just to start making videos again. So, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, fibro still wins, at least in my case. But in terms of the suffering, my suffering's down a lot. I haven't had to take a Vicodin for my fibromyalgia at all. I did have a clogged bile duct, and that it reminded me of how much I used to suffer, because I had a lot of pain, and the laser wasn't taking care of it because I didn't know exactly where it was. And, you know, I just thought I had bad gas, and it wasn't really taking it down. I finally figured out it was, you know, again, I'm not a doctor, but I figured out it was probably a clogged bile duct. So I used the laser right where it was getting real bad. I put a hot compress on it. It cleared out, and I haven't had a problem since. But during that time, I took a Vicodin a few times, because I was experiencing that pain level again that I used to have, and I was like pretty freaked out. So, but in terms of the actual fibromyalgia pain, I haven't had to take any pills whatsoever for it. It has, which is outstanding, I think. And I'll do another video about my journey of, you know, kicking opiates and stuff like that, because that's a whole other video that's kind of interesting. But hopefully that'll answer some questions for some of you that have fibromyalgia and are considering a laser. For me, it has been a life-changing thing. Not curative, not by any stretch, but in terms of, by the way, that's my dog walking around here. But in terms of pain relief, you know, I would absolutely do it again. I couldn't be without a laser. There's no way. Now that I've had it, now that I've experienced it and seen what it can do, I don't think I could tolerate life without having a laser, because the difference in pain is insane. So that's pretty much what I've got for you on this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm doing this channel. I don't like being in front of the camera. It's not my thing. It's not what I usually do. But this is one of those things I think is important. So but let me know if you have any questions. If you guys have questions about it, it's something that I can answer. You know, having the laser, I can tell you what I think, or, you know, there are different things people wonder about, like, does it hurt? And no, it doesn't. You can, you know, put the laser in one position and just leave it there. And after 2 minutes, it starts, you know, you kind of lose. It changes what it does. That's kind of a long story, but it won't burn. So it's very safe. This is as safe as a laser pointer. Okay, you don't want to flash it in your eyes, but it's not going to blind you instantly like some lasers could. So Anyway, if you have questions about it, if there's anything you'd like to know, I am very happy to share my experience with you. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Please subscribe and please share this video with someone that you know that's in pain. I can't even begin to tell you the number of conditions that I've seen this thing work on personally. It's pretty amazing. So please share this with someone that you think it might help, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.